Now, the Labour Party Caretaker Committee on Wednesday in Abuja urged Julius Abure to stop parading himself as the national chairman of the party, saying his tenure expired on the 9th of June 2024. Salisu Mohammed, Secretary, Board of Trustees of the party, said this during a news conference organized by the leadership of Labour Party National Transitional Committee in Abuja. He said the decision was reached at the Umahia stakeholder meeting by the Nenadi Usman-led Caretaker Committee, which was lawful and legitimate. Mr. Mohammed said the NTC engaged and mobilized all relevant stakeholders to ensure that the party recovers itself from what it describes as Abure's illegality and corruption. Likewise, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, also says it does not recognize Abure as the Labour Party chairman. Well, joining us now on the show to look at various issues emanating from the Labour Party of Nigeria is Akin Osuntokun, Labour Party chieftain. Good morning. Welcome to the program.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm glad to be here.
Well, it's good to have you here. The Labour Party gave a lot of young people of Nigeria hope in the 2023 general election. How did the party get to this point where it is divided into many factions? You have the Julius Abure faction, you have the Arambabi faction, you have the Peter Obi faction. You will tell us which of the factions you belong to. So how did we get to this point whereby, the Peter Obi faction is against the Abure faction and there's so much confusion in the media? And then the one that concerns you personally, the Abure faction issued a statement saying that funds were mismanaged and some names were mentioned. The one that concerns me is where they mentioned your name, that you were involved in a 600 million scam. They mentioned also other names, I think Mr. Shola Ibisini, and they also, I don't want to mention our father's name in the matter. So I've known you since I was a graduate student, a century ago. So you got a share of 600 million, and I'm not aware?
Well, exactly. I mean, you said it all. First and foremost, it is a category mistake to saying that the young generation were rooting for Labour Party. No, it wasn't Labour Party, it was Obi himself that, activated them, that caught their imagination. So let's get that straight from the word go. And all along, I've always believed that the constitution should have room for independent candidates. Obi essentially was an independent candidate. The greatest, the substantial, part of those who were the obedient. Obedient were not Labour Party people, not at all. That was the group that made Peter Obi. So that gets it straight from the word go about this Labour Party or no Labour Party. Especially as they have chosen to, make a mess of themselves, all over the country. But the thing is, they have a hostile, vested interest. If I were in APC, for instance, I would probably invest in subverting Labour Party, a potential, actual and potential opponent. So long as you have buyers, you will get sellers.
So you don't have proof in that regard.
Look, it's not the proof. Let me just go straight to that. This guy who spoke on behalf of Labour Party, Arambabi, for instance, was the same person who was attacking Abure to the point of coming during the sitting of the Federal Court of Appeal, he himself and Papa to come and disrupt the session. At that time, it was Apapa and Arambabi's faction. Now, this same Abure's faction, so to say, publicity secretary of Abure's faction is Obiora Ifu, not Arambabi. So Mr. Arambabi woke up one day, a week ago, and addressed a national press conference from Abeokuta. So I can choose now, as national publicity secretary of a party, to be calling press conference in Ado-Ekiti. So this is, you immediately see that these are people you don't take serious. There's something fishy. And then you liberally smear people. There is no evidence. So this is, and then when you talk about factions or no factions, as I've said, it's a question of legitimacy. Even legally speaking, I don't have a lot of regard for the INEC, but it is the approving authority for political parties in Nigeria. If INEC says today that it does not recognize you as a party, then you are not a party. Unfortunately, that is the law. For you to have a convention in which you are going to elect a chairman and other members of the executive, you will need the presence of INEC to certify it. So on that score alone, is gone. So, I mean, as regards the 600 million, initially, I didn't want to get into it, but for the sake of, Chief Pa Adebanjo, who is a bit indisposed now, dragging that kind of person, a revered man, who spent 90 years serving, Nigeria, to just drag his name in the mud like that. He said 600 million naira. The total amount that was spent on the campaign, as earlier given by Aisha Yesufu. Aisha Yesufu and Itwa Egodale were the signatories to the campaign account. Days before Arambabi spoke, she gave an account of what the total money in the kitty, according to her, was about 1.3 billion naira. So does it make sense that from that 1.3 billion, somebody will take 600 million naira and give it to myself? Does that make sense? So the guy just comes up with, and then he just erupts.
Okay.
Take note. Anytime that you are going to see him on the TV is to smear somebody.
Who is that?
This Arambabi guy. That is his. Go through a content analysis of when he started getting on air. Or on every occasion. Right? It is to smear somebody.
Now, having said that, we've seen, I know you started by separating Peter Obi from Labour Party, but of course we're now seeing Peter Obi and Alex Otti taking a leadership role in what many are calling restructuring, or trying to bring some order or restore some sense of order into the Labour Party. You're squeezing your face. You don't agree with me?
No. Even if I don't agree with you, you're entitled to I was listening to you.
Okay, all right. No, I just thought you had some thoughts. So having said that, my question is, the Labour Party, with so many factions and so much infighting and all that's going on now, is starting to look more and more like a special purpose vehicle. Which is what initially people said, this is an SPV for the purpose of an election. And for the purposes of the election, it was permissible. But moving forward, can the Labour Party ever evolve beyond being an SPV, in your opinion?
Of course. You see, the person who transformed it from just being an SPV to a party, in the real sense of it, was Peter Obi. That is the honest truth.
Is this a party now?
Yeah.
With all that's going on? Okay.
Now, if you want to look at a party, and in the days, I don't know whether it still obtains now, the president, if a party produces the president, he is automatically the leader of the party. Right. So with regards to Labour Party, we want to apply the same logic. The presidential candidate is the leader of the party. The only leader, the only governor, the highest official elected on the platform of Labour Party is Governor Oti. Those people, have better legitimacy claim to own to have vested interest in a party. So it is not a question of faction or no faction. These people, it will have been irresponsible of them for them to see things deteriorate, go on all sorts of crises and keep quiet. At one time or the other, their intervention is needed. So, if Abure is still interested in being a member of the party, right, and wants to contest for the chairmanship of the party, now he has to go through a process. The process through which he has been appointed as the Labour Party chairman, quote and unquote, is flawed. And as I said, the approving authority whose signs off, whose consent is needed to say whether you are the chairman or whether you are a party or not is INEC. And INEC has said that they don't recognize him. So essentially what you are left with is what should be the party itself. Beginning from where Obi is. Look, Arambabi and Apampa were the Labour Party for about 1 year. They were calling themselves the Labour Party. Beyond the two of them, when they were claiming to be the chairman and publicity secretary of the party, there was no other member. So, which one? They are the one creating problems for themselves. It's just that it doesn't look good on paper, that this is happening. But this is precisely what they want, right? Anybody interested in the stability and functionality of Labour Party will not behave the way they are behaving.
Because, okay, I wanted to come in here. It's not only them. Even this Abure fight, the NLC itself has also fought Abure. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
The NLC itself has also fought. That's why it's not Labour House of Commotion.
No.
It's very dysfunctional. No, as we speak, because
that's
Abure is fighting against the caretaker, Nenadi Usman, and the Obi and Alexoti faction. This was the same Abure that was with Obi before and was fighting Lamidi Apapa. Now, Abure is fighting this. Arambabi is in the mix. So, all of this confusion, some people are saying it's not just best for Obi to leave because we all know he came in just to be able to prosecute his election chances. Secondly, do you think there are some people using them Arambabi? And can you give us proof? And how are you going to deal with the Arambabi case? He's made a very strong allegation. So today, you have not even shown us, you just said you didn't take the money. You have not shown us proof. We have not seen bank accounts. We have not seen anything. Are you going to take Arambabi to court and say you should come and say this thing again in court so that we put pay to all of this once and for all?
You are a lawyer. Who alleges is the one who should prove.
Okay, so Arambabi
Listen,
wait. If they say you are taking people's money, you can sue for defamation.
Wait. Of course, it's going to be sued. Now, listen.
So you will sue Arambabi?
Wait, right? There are two signatories to Afenifere account. One is Kabiyesi, the deputy leader, Oladipo Olaito. He came out some days ago to open up the books of Afenifere so that you can see whether there is 100 million or 200 million there. There was nothing. Of course, there will be nothing. But as I said, it's the media itself that is a bit, derelict. if somebody comes and says that, tells you that, accuses me, and was telling you that I have 600, I took 600 million naira as a bribe or whatever from certain account, don't you owe the responsibility to ask him the account? Which account, you know?
If Arambabi comes here,
what? Yes.
As he is, if he comes here, we will ask, and I challenge him to come on there. No. If he comes, we will ask him to present the account, the transfer details. But because you are here,
I'm telling you,
you are
defamed. Non-existent.
You are defamed. So it's not just to say, oh, I will take him up. It's for you to go to court and prove and ask him that question. So are you going to be suing Arambabi?
Yeah, sure.
So your lawyers are going to be writing it very soon for all of this.
Yes.
So, okay, very good. The second part will be, people are saying, shouldn't Obi just leave this? Because we all know that even before this arrangement, there was a talk of Obi going to SDP before. It was because that talk didn't go through that he came to Labour Party. So he is just looking for a place to be able to run. And this Labour Party, you say it's a party. It's not a party, as far as we are concerned. A party that, even, you know, when Obi came, there was commotion. We had one man come on air the other day, even as at the time when Obi was just coming in, they were just settling a court case. You remember that man that said he was late, came to the chairmanship of the party. So,
you're right.
So the
it's
party has always
in drama. We talk about characters.
So the party has always been scarce. So if you think this is a party,
no, if you want me to repeat,
I don't think this is a political party.
No, you are not taking into consideration the first statement I made. It is not Labour Party that people voted for or are rooting, not at all.
That's true.
Exactly. So
yes,
exactly. Yeah. So don't subsume Peter Obi with with those who are portraying themselves as Labour Party. As far as I'm concerned, up to today, I said my own recommendation is leave first constitutional amendment to allow for independent candidacy. Because this thing is causing problem. When you compare people to must go to a party, so that is one way out. And secondly is to bite the bullet. Obi is a very thorough person and very conservative in taking decisions. He knows what is going on. I understand what he wants to, he must have, he would like to exhaust all possible avenues, you know, of resolving, you know, this crisis and things like that. That's why, look, if I stand up tomorrow and call somebody else and say that I'm now the chairman of Labour Party and this man is secretary, what should you do? Will you take me as the Labour Party? That is it.
So you're not a member of the Labour Party?
No, I mean, that's not what we are talking about. Lamidi Apapa and Arambabi, there was nobody who elected Apapa as the chairman of the Labour Party, any Labour Party. So, this Arambabi to publicity secretary, nobody, otherwise there would have been no Aburi. They would have been the...
I get you, but I want to ask you, are you a member of the Labour Party?
Yes, I am.
You're a member of the Labour Party?
Yeah, man.
Can't carry it.
That said, Osuntokun, there is another matter. We have been talking about Labour Party, but you wear another cap. You are also an Afenifere chieftain. Just as there is confusion in Labour Party, there seems to be a bigger confusion in Afenifere. Was it last week? We had Prince Faloye here. After Prince Faloye, we had Abagun Kole Omololu. Okay, what we got from all of this is that there are three different groups. There is the Pa group. Faloye said those are stomach infrastructure Afenifere leaders who went to endorse Tinubu. He says he belongs to the Pa Adebanjo group, which is, you know, an ideologically progressive wing and all that. Then there is another third group that nobody is certain about that went to visit Pa Adebanjo and also issue statements. Now, can you help us clear this confusion? Is Afenifere a socio-cultural group or is it an aspiring political party? Faloye responded to that question, but I wasn't too, it left me in a greater confusion.
No, it's a socio-political group.
Not cultural again?
No. It's the other faction that calls itself cultural.
Oh, so there are factions? That's established.
No, well, if somebody says that they are not socio-political, they are socio-cultural, of course, the two cannot come together, right? The thing also is that all these crises was emanated from this trying to make a distinction between the two. In 1963, for instance, Chief Awolowo had to come out that anybody who equates Afenifere with the Yoruba people, with Yoruba, is a traitor. For him, the founder, Afenifere was a political party, was the Yoruba arm of the action group, right? Whenever there are no functioning political system, the group remains as a pressure group, a social-political pressure group. All right. So it has existed all along, all the true military, that is its own position, that is the position. Secondly is that whenever there is a Yoruba person as president, right, that Yoruba person as president has the capacity, if he is so willing, to sow the kind of confusion that is going on in the party. He can tell you the man there is a Yoruba man. Why are you bothering him? This and that. So that is also there, right? So the little that I know, and on which some rational basis can be, is that Chief Assurance, without any pressure from anybody, some years ago, wrote a letter handing over the leadership of the group to Chief Pa Adebanjo. Now, on that score alone, you should be able to make a distinction between the authentic, by the Afenifere's own principle, the way of it operates, than the one that is not legitimate. So this is it is a socio-political group. And the reason why emphasis has to be laid on that is that if you call yourself socio-cultural, that means that embraces all Yoruba people. That means you have no ideology. The ideology is my son, right or wrong, right? So this is the difference. That ours is a socio-political party, and the man who founded it, that was his position. He made a statement, in 1963, on which he said, anybody who equates Afenifere with the Yoruba people is a traitor.
Well, on that note, thank you very much, Balogun Okemesi, Chief Akin Osuntokun, Labour Party chieftain, Afenifere chieftain, well, journalist, public affairs commentator, and all of that. Thank you very much.